Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your man, the Grass Ninja. Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 4. Title of the chapter is The Awakening, which refers to the self-awareness of the DivineTrees, which is the name we're giving these new super duper claw grimes that look like Sasuke and Bug, and who I think is Moegi and Ishiki. So let's talk a little bit about what happened in the chapter. Let's break everything down for real, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's not waste time. Chapter starts off with Boruto in front of Kawaki in the heart of Konoha, and Boruto vanishes like that, okay, instantaneously. So Boruto has the flying Raijin. He has his grandfather's jutsu. He does comment that he's not as adept with the jutsu as his grandfather, but interestingly enough, we do get to see what I think, alright, it's not confirmed, but this is my speculation of what Boruto's formula tag is for the flying Raijin. So much like how Minato has that series of kanji, and Tobirama has that weird pattern, right? Boruto has made his summoning mark, or his flying Raijin formula seal, the Konoha symbol. So this metallic Konoha symbol, or pin, similar to the pin we've seen on Boruto's clothes, is being held by one of the toads on Code, and Boruto teleports to its location, and then again later in the chapter, in order to evade an attack, Boruto teleports to that toad holding the pin again. So either he has a marker on the toad, or more than likely the toad carrying this pin in the shape of the Konoha symbol is Boruto's flying Raijin marker, or his formula seal. Now, these new entities that are created from the Ten Tails are being called DivineTrees, or Shinju. Alright, so I'm probably going to be calling them Shinju. I know the Viz translation has them officially named as DivineTrees, but in the anime, if you're watching in English subs, the Divine Tree is called the Shinju, okay? So for me, I'm just going to refer to it as the Shinjus, okay? When attacked by the bug Shinju, Boruto evades his attack with the flying Raijin and lands next to the toad holding that Konoha pin. So the toads jump off of Code bars and they look for the Ten Tails, which isn't there, and then Boruto has to deal with this Shinju that looks like Bug. This is pretty crazy, you guys, because he's not the only one. There's 3 others, possibly more than 4 of these Shinjus. Bars. Okay, so since Boruto was forced to use flying Raijin in order to evade this Shinju that looks like Bug, Boruto lifts the effects of the Uzuhiko in order to recruit Code's assistance and tells him, "Help me if you don't want to die." So the situation is really dire in Boruto's situation, and it only gets worse from here. So Boruto explains that it's not just Bug, but everyone who's been turned into a tree is involved in this, which could possibly mean there are far more than just 4 Shinjus out there. We see the 4 Divine Tree creatures, the one that looks like Sasuke or Madara, the one that looks like Bug, the one that looks like Delta or Moegi, the one that looks like Ishiki or some dude with a weird mohawk. I don't care. These 4 that we see here might just be the beginning, alright? I saw someone talk about this could be like the Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter, and yo, you know how crazy this would be if there was like a whole continent of these dudes forming up somewhere? So the Shinjus could be numerous. I'm talking about like an army of these dudes, varying in different levels of strength based off who they bit or interacted with. But yeah, Boruto straight up says everyone who's been bitten and turned into trees is involved in this, which is huge. Then we get to see that bald Shinju Divine Tree creature, and he comments on how their original instincts were to absorb the chakra out of all living things, which even includes past and long dead individuals, in order to form a chakra fruit. Now, thanks to Code, they have evolved and awakened self-awareness. So before, how the roots of the Divine Tree would go out and just capture people, put them in these little cocoons, and mummify them and absorb their chakra. Now, since Code modified the Ten Tails and had it weaponized in claw grime form, they're like absorbing the personality and the curiosity and the desire for knowledge, the self-awareness of the individuals they bite. That's why we have one that looks like Sasuke, we have one that looks like Bug, and whoever the other 2 are supposed to be, right? this is huge. So Code has made it way worse because now, beyond just having a mindless instinct to eat, they actually have curiosity and they're self-aware. So huge right now. The chapter transitions over to the Hokage's office. Shikamaru and Kawaki try to unravel the mystery behind these recent attacks. So Kawaki thinks it's possible that Code and Boruto are working together since he overheard or saw Boruto was communicating with someone, and he's wondering if there was somebody in the communication network that's spying with Boruto or conspiring with Boruto. And Shikamaru says, impossible, bro. All that stuff is monitored. If someone was doing that, we would know about it. And then Sarada jumps into the Hokage's office, explaining that Boruto's the one who drove Code away, which they can easily confirm with Ada. So she just says, go talk to Ada. She'll tell you Boruto's the one who drove him away. Boruto and Code have a hostile relationship. They're not working together. Kawaki and Sarada then get in this heated argument where Kawaki shows us readers, right? How tunnel visioned, how short-sighted, how narrow-minded, how ignorant he actually is in his goal to destroy all of the Otsutsuki, right? So Kawaki says Boruto's an Otsutsuki. No matter his motives, he's an enemy who needs to be killed just because he's an Otsutsuki. And then Sarada says, that's rich coming from you, another Otsutsuki. So she claps back super fast, right? Now, here's the thing. This is where we talk about the hypocrisy and the flaw in Kawaki's logic, right? So Kawaki's mentality here is flawed since in the past, right, there have been multiple Otsutsukis that have actually helped the Earth or Konoha in general. So for one, the most recent is Toneri. Toneri on the moon is the only reason Boruto has his Jogan, right? And Shikamaru, who's actually encountered and interacted with Toneri in Naruto the last movie. He wasn't even opposed to Naruto's request to come to the Earth. We can help you and you can be a part of a village and have a family. And he was like, nah, I'll stay in exile. Now, there's also the Sage of Six Paths, right? Ninjas wouldn't have any of the chakra they have without an Otsutsuki, alright? And then for a short time, Kaguya freed them from the freaking infinite Tsukiyomi. You got Hamura. And bro, there's other Otsutsukis who have aligned themselves with the Earth, right? Now, at one time or another, did Toneri try to destroy the Earth? Yes. Did Kaguya try to destroy humanity? Yes. But you got Hagoromo and the modern-day Toneri. And then you have Kawaki, who's aiding Konoha currently. Boruto, even though no one believes it, is aiding him. So, technically speaking, not all Otsutsukis are a threat to the planet. It depends on the will of the Otsutsuki. Now, here's the thing, right? I don't know how powerful Omnipotence is to the point where it would have Shikamaru ignore the fact that Toneri is an ally to Konoha right now, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't think he has that information that he's sealed up or whatever, but he should definitely be like, boy, relax. We have Otsutsuki allies. Like, anyway, let's jump back into the breakdown. So Kawaki again expresses his goal of killing all of the Otsutsuki, and then Sarada's response is, I won't let you have your way in Konoha since I aim to be the Hokage. Shikamaru's like, shut the hell up. What happened with the clog rhymes turning people into trees? Which again, we're told that people who are turned into trees are still alive, which is important for people like Bug. Later, we find out even Sasuke. So anybody who was turned into a tree isn't technically dead, right? It's very similar to how the God Tree during the war arc wrapped everybody up in its roots and mummified them in cocoons, trying to absorb their chakra. They weren't dead, but they had to be separated from the tree properly. So maybe something similar will have to happen with these clog rhymes turning people into Shinjus and into their own self-aware DivineTrees. Sarada says that Boruto should know more about what's going on, and since Boruto and Code are fighting each other, then Konoha should consider collaborating with Boruto. Now the chapter jumps right back into the action with Boruto engaging with the Shinju Sasuke. So Shinju Sasuke uses Code's claw mark Shinjutsu, which catches the eye of Code. So for some reason, right, he tries to catch them off guard. Like Boruto grabs the hilt and handle of his sword, and then out of nowhere, the Shinju Sasuke makes a claw mark, pops out, and tries to swipe at them. But both Code and Boruto are able to react. Boruto and the Shinju Sasuke clash jutsu, which invokes Rasengan versus Chidori vibes. Shinju Bug tries to third party and Boruto blocks, right? So Boruto gets immobilized by the lady Shinju, who uses some sort of earth release to pin him down. So Boruto getting completely overwhelmed, still deciding, you know what, I'll just fight in base form. Where's the karma seal, bro? Even Kawaki, facing a lesser Shinju, a lesser Clawgrime or whatever, was forced to use the karma seal. So Boruto's on a way different level when it comes to his fighting mentality, because he's not relying on no Otsutsuki powers. 4 chapters in, getting completely overwhelmed, fighting against a Shinju Sasuke. Nah, he's cool in base form. So Boruto asks Code for help, but Code just dips, okay? Code dips out of there since the Shinju's goal is to devour Boruto and create a chakra fruit. So it's basically Code's goal. They want to make a chakra fruit, so Code's like, hey, somebody's doing my job for me. I'm cool, I'm out. So he dips, right? Boruto, completely overwhelmed by the 4 Shinju, or the 4 DivineTrees, is forced to retreat, and he escapes with his flying Raijin. Boruto ends up in a new location at the foot of a tree, which is where we're greeted to Kashin Koji, bro. So Kashin Koji is back. Koji explains that even though their surprise attack failed, it doesn't change anything. They still have to fight, and we end the chapter with the final shot of Sasuke trapped in a tree as Boruto sits underneath him, right? So Koji's out here calling Boruto rash and reckless, being like, bro, you should have left ages ago, talking to him through the toads the entire time. And we find out that the toads aren't talking, it's Kashin Koji talking through the toads. So Koji's out here, Sasuke's trapped, Boruto's like, yeah, you're right, my bad, sorry Sasuke, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. And then the chapter ends. So chapter 4 is probably going to be one of those chapters that we talk about for a long time, one of those chapters we come back to ages from now, bro. So let's talk about some of the highlights, some of the major takeaways. Obviously, Boruto has the flying Raijin, Konoha shaped formula seals, bro. The new enemies are called DivineTrees, or Shinju, and apparently there's probably more than just 4 of them, since Boruto says everyone who's ever been eaten and turned into a tree is involved in this. So there's probably multiple Shinju DivineTree creatures out there. Sarada collects a W in the Hokage's office, telling Kawaki, trying to show him the flaw in his ideology and the flaw is in mentality. The Shinjus can use Shinjutsu, bro. The Sasuke Shinju uses Code's claw mark, which catches Code's eye. I'm wondering if they can hunt down Code, since they can use his claw marks to follow him. Kashin Koji and Boruto against the world, bro. Let me know what you guys are thinking about chapter 4 in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been your man's the Grass Ninja, signing out. Peace.